Okay, first things first. I find that a lot of my students and a lot of musicians out there and professionals, I guess, and or wannabe professionals, have a really hard time leaving their comfort zone. In other words, you can't be better if you are so scared of exposing yourself to your weaknesses. And I know that I've been talking a lot about this. I still feel that a lot of people resist progress and evolution and improving themselves. They resist that. Why? Because in order to level up and achieve that new stage of in our case musicality and efficiency, you'll have to tackle and address the issues that are hurting your progress. That means you're gonna suck. In other words, you're gonna have to expose yourself to making mistakes, and then you fix them. The twist is, it's not about playing badly. It's about trying to go further, trying to go higher, but with awareness and staying present during practice, so you can analyze and then fix those mistakes. For example, if you are struggling with playing double stroke rolls, you have to check and fix your rebound control. You have to make sure that your hand technique is correct. You have to make sure that you're playing loose, etc., etc. That goes for anything in life. You have to make sure that the steps are correct and you're not skipping any steps. So don't be scared of being better than what you are today. I know that that's a very uncomfortable position to be in. I know that it's very awkward. Sometimes it stings a little bit. To try harder means to leave that comfort zone of being average. Average musicians, they have nothing to prove because they are not good. People don't care for them. So they have nothing to prove. So they just keep doing the same things over and over again and nobody cares. Right? It's fine. The great musicians, those create high expectations. People have high expectations when it comes to those accomplished, highly established musicians or professionals of any trade. Once again, we expect them to be perfect. How do they compensate for that? By working harder than all of us. So if you feel that you're playing, your profession, your skill level at whatever you do is not what you want it to be, push yourself harder, go power through the pain, and you will come out feeling better, feeling stronger, and feeling more optimistic about your future as a professional of whichever area. For my fellow musicians, practice slow. Analyze the movements, analyze the motions, make sure that you actually pay attention to the mistakes. Acknowledge them, stop yourself, fix them, and be highly critical. If it's kind of more or less well executed, the exercise, more or less is not good enough. Tell yourself off, stop and fix it. Okay? Don't be scared of being better than what you are today. Another thing that I want to talk about today is actually in response to an email that I got, is stage fright. And this was a friend of mine from Portugal who sent me this email, and this guy is now playing with, he's being hired to do gigs and stuff, so he's doing professional work, which is awesome, right on. And he asked me, how do I stop from getting stuck in that moment before going on stage, where the adrenaline just takes over and it just freezes your brain, right? Stage fright. All right. One thing that he mentions in the email, and again, spot on, man. What you eat is super important. He mentioned that he doesn't eat any heavy food before going on stage because that might slow you down and stuff. When it comes to the food, I am the same. I don't eat a lot. I like to eat bananas because they are strong in potassium, and it's good for your adrenaline levels. Water, but not a lot. Be careful with that. Avoid sodas, especially Coke, Coca-Cola, because it's caffeine. I know I drink a lot of coffee and stuff, so I kind of have my tolerance down. But even before a gig, I avoid. Plus, makes you want to go to the toilet a lot more. You don't want that whilst you're on stage. Now, emotionally speaking, besides everything that you can eat or not eat, some people take beta blockers. What a horrible idea. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say it. What a horrible... That's basically slowing you down. You don't want to slow down. You want to be in control of the situation. Remember one thing, and this is the most important thing I'm gonna say in this video. Stress is to want to control the uncontrollable. Stress is basically created by the idea that you have to be in control of something that it's not up to you to control. And we get stressed. For example, before going on stage, what do you stress about? Making a mistake? You can't control that. Actually, it's gonna happen. Learn to smile through the mistakes. So, what else can stress you out? Maybe the sound is a bit rough. You know the songs, unless you don't know the songs. So you go back to something that I've been talking a lot about lately, preparation. Remember, as Benjamin Franklin said, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. So, don't do that. If you are prepared, then rely on that. Calm yourself down by reminding yourself that you know the songs. So here's a little trick that you can use. Play the... also, this guy that sent me the email said that he likes to warm up on a practice pad before the gig. That kind of allows the juices to flow a little bit better, and I agree with that. That's a great idea. I do that myself. But here's what I actually do. While on the practice pad, what I actually do is I play the first song of the set. So basically, I go through that first song by myself on my practice pad, and I just I run through it. And when I go on stage and play it again, it literally feels like I'm just playing it again. It's a repetition of something that I just did. That helps me to go on stage feeling more confident because I just did that, right? If there was a time to make mistakes, is then, right, before going on stage. And I do that. I go through the song, and that calms me down and gives me a sense of confidence, because if I can do it here, in the green room or whatever, I can do it on stage as well. I also remind myself that I've played drums many times. So it's not gonna be my first time. When I played my first gig, dude, I could not stop my legs from shaking. It was crazy. I had the fastest... That day was the day that I was the fastest playing my bass drum. Unfortunately, it was also the sloppiest. But it was just the first time. I was freaking out. Now I remind myself that I've done this many, many times. Again, building my sense of confidence. Now, do I get nervous? Yes, I definitely do. And I feel that that's my sense of responsibility. I owe something to the audience. I owe something to my bandmates. And that is professionalism, efficiency, and my highest standards. So that's what makes me nervous. I don't stress out though. Unless I feel that I'm not prepared, then it definitely happens. And we all have bad days. Sometimes our aura is not that balanced, and yeah, it happens. But mostly I get nervous, but more almost in an excited way, right? I would just want to go on stage and do my thing. And that comes from, I know that I've done this before. And that sense of confidence becomes routine, and that becomes the new normal, that feeling. The other thing that you can do if you're freaking out and you're struggling with anxiety before going on stage is go to a place where you're playing drums with your band. Go to a place in your mind, that is, where you're playing the drums with your band and you're just nailing it. Usually that's the practice room when you're rehearsing with your bandmates, and go there in your mind. How do you feel? Literally visualize yourself doing that, playing the drums with your bandmates, having the time of your life, no audience, no nothing, and you're just enjoying yourself, right? How do you sound? Do you sound like a great solid drummer? Do you sound happy? Do you feel happy? Do you feel confident? You know what I'm saying? Go to that place and address those emotions, those positive emotions. You will start feeling them, okay? You will start feeling those emotions, and there was a fly there, sorry. And it will feel more realistic what's about to happen, and less like a nasty nightmare that you're about to go on stage, blah blah. Bring those emotions, the negative emotions down, replace them with positive emotions. Breathe. Yoga is super important. It helped me a lot. A little bit of meditation never harmed anyone. And by the way, I don't mean cross your legs, sit down on the floor and go That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about reflecting about something else that has nothing to do with the gig, maybe. You know, just think about life. Think about yourself. How do you feel? How do you want to feel? That's very important. We need to know how we want to feel. Like even emotions can be planned to an extent. So, bullet points. I would not eat a lot. I agree with that. I would eat superfoods like banana, maybe a salad, orange juice, but not a lot, but natural, not that, plastic stuff. What else? I would focus on my breathing. I would go to a place in my mind where I feel confident, comfortable, and calm. The triple C strategy. Confident, calm, and comfortable. Okay? Whichever order you want, doesn't matter. You just gotta be those things. I would meditate. I would warm up on a practice pad. I would go through the song in my mind, or even if you have the recording of that track, play along to the recording. Yeah, absolutely. Just on your practice pad, get those juices flowing. Do a couple of push-ups. Replace that anxiety that makes your heartbeat race. Replace that anxiety with physical activity, right? If your band is waiting for a long time to go on stage, go for a walk, man. Just go for a walk, chill, listen to some music, or not. Absolute silence. That works for me, to go on absolute silence. I like to, 15 minutes before going on stage, I like to just be by myself, chill, warm up, and just breathe, focus on how I feel. And if I feel like I'm slightly anxious, I replace those emotions with positive emotions, confidence, calm, and comfort. And I go on stage and I do my best. And that's something that motivates me, to go on stage and do my best. And I'm a competitive guy, so I like to go on stage and do my best. I hope that helps you guys. And if it did, awesome. If it didn't, keep sending those questions to leedsdrumacademy@gmail.com. That's leedsdrumacademy@gmail.com. See you guys later. Bye-bye.